Welcome the rare gems. Some people live loud lives, others live deep ones. Have you ever noticed how some women never post their photos online? No selfies, no fancy filters, no constant updates. They are there, but you rarely see them. Those women often belong to a rare group, the Sigma females. They move quietly, yet their presence is deeply felt. While most people share their moments to feel seen or validated, Sigma females find power in invisibility. They understand something the crowd often forgets. Privacy is not secrecy, it's self-respect. For them, not posting isn't about insecurity, it's about intention. They don't need the world's approval to confirm their beauty, intelligence, or worth. Their confidence isn't built on likes or comments, but on a strong sense of self that doesn't crave applause. They find peace in knowing that what is private stays protected. In a world that constantly demands exposure, they choose discretion as their silent rebellion. Sigma females believe that some things lose value when displayed too much: peace, love, authenticity, and even mystery. They prefer to let people wonder rather than explain themselves. They know that being known by everyone often means being misunderstood by many. So, they stay hidden in plain sight, quietly observing, protecting their energy, and living life for real, not for the camera. To them, a life not posted is a life fully lived. Their silence online isn't emptiness, it's strategy, peace, and power all at once. Let's dive into it. The rare gems. Number 1. They separate identity from image. Sigma females have a rare kind of self-awareness that most people today struggle to find. While the world is obsessed with taking perfect selfies and chasing likes, the Sigma female quietly lives by a different rule. She separates her identity from her image. To her, a photo might capture how she looks, but it will never define who she is. She understands that the digital world often rewards illusion more than authenticity. You can post a smiling picture while silently breaking inside. You can post luxury and still feel empty. The Sigma female refuses to participate in that performance. Her sense of self isn't tied to pictures, filters, or followers. She knows her worth has nothing to do with how many people see her, but everything to do with how deeply she understands herself. Take this for example. When most people get a new outfit, they can't wait to post it. But the Sigma female, she wears it, enjoys it, and moves on. She doesn't need to prove it happened for it to be real. She values the experience more than the evidence. Her joy isn't meant for the audience, it's meant for her. To her, image is temporary, but identity is timeless. Pictures can be edited, but character cannot, and that's what makes her stand out. While others are busy curating their online lives, she is busy strengthening her inner world. She invests in her thoughts, her craft, and her peace, things no camera can truly capture. There is a quiet confidence in her detachment. She doesn't need to announce her growth because she is too busy living it. She doesn't need a filter to look beautiful because her calm, grounded energy already says everything. In a world where everyone wants to be seen, the Sigma female finds freedom in being real, not visible. She knows her value exists whether anyone is watching or not. And that is her ultimate power. Number 2. They understand visibility is vulnerability. Sigma females understand something that most people overlook in today's world. Being visible comes with a cost. They know that the more eyes you attract, the more opinions you invite. And not every opinion carries good energy. This is why they treat their privacy like a sacred garden. Not everyone deserves to enter. For them, visibility is not a sign of strength, but a doorway to vulnerability. They've seen what happens when people overshare their lives. One moment of exposure can turn into a lifetime of judgment. You post a simple photo, and suddenly, Strangers think they know who you are, what you feel, and what you should do. Sigma females have no interest in playing that game. They protect their personal world because they understand how easily public attention can twist perception. For example, imagine a Sigma female who achieves something meaningful. Say she starts a successful business or overcomes a major struggle. Instead of announcing it online, she quietly celebrates it. Why? Because she knows that not everyone clapping for her is clapping out of love. Some people are watching just to compare, compete, or criticize. She prefers peace over performance. To her, privacy is not hiding. It's healing. It's protecting her energy from unnecessary noise. She understands that mystery is not weakness. It's wisdom. When people can't read you easily, they can't control you either. The less she reveals, the more she maintains control over her life and emotions. Sigma females live with a quiet confidence that doesn't need validation. They'd rather walk unseen than be misunderstood in the spotlight. They know that the loudest person in the room is rarely the strongest. Their silence carries more weight than constant visibility ever could. In a world that equates attention with value, the Sigma female stands apart. She doesn't chase the spotlight because she knows true power grows best in the dark, where peace, focus, and authenticity can thrive untouched. Number 3. They prefer mystery over exposure. Sigma females have mastered the art of mystery in a world that overshares. They are the kind of women who make people curious without even trying. While others rush to post every detail of their lives, Sigma females guard theirs carefully. They understand that once you expose too much, you give people the power to define you, and they have no interest in being defined by anyone but themselves. For them, mystery is not about playing games or being secretive for attention. It is about control and peace. They know that the less people know, the less they can manipulate. Every detail they choose to withhold adds another layer of strength and depth to who they are. When people try to read them, they find more questions than answers. And that is exactly how Sigma females like it. Take this, for example. A Sigma female could be deeply in love, going through a breakthrough, or planning a major move in silence. She will not announce it or drop hints online. Months later, when people finally see the results, they are left speechless. That quiet element of surprise is her trademark. She lets her actions speak when the time is right, not her updates. She understands that exposure often kills magic. When everyone knows your every thought, there is nothing left to discover. The Sigma female thrives on keeping a sense of wonder alive, in relationships, in work, and in life. Her silence keeps people intrigued, and her calmness keeps them guessing. She doesn't seek validation through attention. She seeks alignment through privacy. The less she reveals, the more powerful she becomes. While others market their lives for approval, she builds hers in peace. And the irony is that the world always ends up paying attention to her anyway, not because she demands it, but because true mystery is magnetic. The Sigma female doesn't chase the spotlight. The spotlight eventually finds her. Number 4. They protect their mental bandwidth. Sigma females are deeply protective of one thing most people waste without even realizing it: their mental bandwidth. They understand that attention is their most valuable currency, and they spend it wisely. In a world where everyone is constantly scrolling, comparing, and trying to keep up, the Sigma female steps back. She knows that every minute spent watching other people's lives is a minute stolen from her own growth. She sees how easy it is to get trapped in digital noise. You open your phone for a quick check, and suddenly you have lost an hour comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. That kind of distraction quietly drains the mind. Sigma females refuse to let that happen. They would rather use that time to read, learn, create, or simply think. They know that their power comes from a clear mind, not a crowded one. For example, when most people wake up and reach for their phones, a Sigma female might spend her morning journaling or reflecting. She values quiet moments that sharpen her focus. She understands that clarity is built in silence, not in endless scrolling. Instead of consuming content that makes her feel behind, she invests her attention in things that pull her forward. She treats her mind like a sacred space, not a dumping ground for every trend or opinion. She filters what she allows in, the same way she filters who she allows close, because she knows that what fills her mind eventually shapes her reality. Sigma females are not antisocial. They are simply selective. They guard their focus because they understand how fragile it is. While others are busy reacting to everything online, she is busy creating her next move. She knows that every distraction has a cost, and she refuses to pay it with her peace. Protecting her mental bandwidth is not about control. It is about wisdom. It is her way of staying grounded in a world that constantly tries to pull her off balance. Number 5. They know people romanticize what they can't access. Sigma females understand a powerful truth about human nature. People always want what they cannot easily have. They know that curiosity is born from scarcity, not exposure. By staying low profile, they naturally create an air of mystery that keeps others intrigued. When a Sigma female doesn't reveal too much, people are left wondering who she really is, what she's thinking, and what she's planning next. And that quiet mystery gives her an advantage that attention seekers never have: control over her own story. She has learned that once you put too much of yourself out there, people start building false versions of you. They pick at details, make assumptions, and spread opinions that have nothing to do with reality. The Sigma female avoids that trap completely by keeping her personal life sacred. Her silence is her filter. It allows her to choose what parts of her story get seen and what stays in her private world. Take this, for example. She could be working on something big, but no one would ever know until it's complete. When she finally reveals it, people are caught off guard and deeply impressed. They start to admire her calm and wonder how she managed it without noise or validation. That's her silent strategy in action. The Sigma female doesn't chase curiosity. She commands it effortlessly. She knows that when people cannot access every detail, they begin to fill in the blanks with fascination instead of judgment. She allows mystery to work for her rather than against her. In a culture that glorifies oversharing, her restraint makes her unforgettable. People remember her not because she's constantly visible, but because her absence speaks louder than constant exposure. She knows that true influence isn't built by shouting, but by leaving just enough unsaid to make others keep watching, thinking, and wondering. Number 6. They see social media as a stage, not a diary. Sigma females look at social media through a very different lens. To them, it is not a place to bare their souls, but a stage where most people come to perform. They see how carefully curated everything is: the smiles, the captions, the perfect timing of posts. They understand that what people show online is rarely a full reflection of who they are, but rather a version they want others to believe. For the Sigma female, that game feels empty. She values truth too much to participate in a world built on performance. While many use social media as a diary to document every emotion or achievement, she keeps her real experiences private. She knows that not everything sacred needs to be seen, and not every feeling needs to be shared. Her peace thrives in silence, not in the comment section. She can easily scroll through her feed and recognize the subtle need for approval hiding behind the filters. She doesn't judge it, but she refuses to become part of it. She would rather have a few real moments in private than 1,000 likes on something that isn't honest. For example, When others post long captions about their relationships or success stories, the Sigma female simply lives them. She doesn't need an audience to confirm her joy. Her fulfillment comes from experience, not exposure. To her, authenticity is the rarest form of power. She would rather be genuine in a quiet corner than fake under bright lights. The Sigma female uses social media on her own terms, as a tool, not a mirror. She observes, learns, and sometimes expresses, but never performs. In a world that mistakes noise for relevance, her silence stands out. She knows that true confidence doesn't come from being seen. It comes from knowing you are real, even when no one is watching. Number 7. Sigma females see privacy not as a wall, but as a weapon. To them, keeping certain things to themselves is not about secrecy, it is about strength. They understand that every detail they reveal gives someone else a piece of their story, and they have no interest in giving that power away easily. Privacy allows them to move freely without the weight of other people's expectations or opinions. In a world obsessed with exposure, the Sigma female stands apart. She knows that mystery has a magnetic quality. When you do not reveal everything, people become curious. They lean in, they guess, they wonder. And in that space of uncertainty, the Sigma female holds the upper hand. She controls what people see, what they assume, and what remains hidden. That control gives her peace, and peace is her favorite kind of power. Take this, for example. A Sigma female may be building a new career path, working on a side project, or even going through personal growth. Yet she says nothing. She lets the results speak when the time is right. By the time others notice, she has already moved several steps ahead. This ability to act silently and reveal selectively keeps her unpredictable, which is exactly how she likes it. She also understands that exposure drains energy. The more people know about you, the more they feel entitled to comment, criticize, or interfere. The Sigma female protects her space because she values her focus more than attention. She would rather have peace than popularity. For her, privacy is not isolation. It is emotional intelligence. It is the quiet understanding that what people cannot access, they cannot ruin. By keeping her life discreet, she maintains her power, her freedom, and her balance. While others lose themselves trying to be seen, the Sigma female becomes unforgettable by being unknown. Number 8. They've outgrown external affirmation. Sigma females have reached a stage in life where external validation no longer excites them. They have outgrown the need to prove, to perform, or to be praised. For them, silence is no longer empty. It is comforting. They have learned that peace feels better than applause. While many people still chase reassurance through posts, likes, and comments, Sigma females find fulfillment in knowing who they are without needing anyone to echo it back. They remember the days when validation felt addictive, when a simple compliment could lift their mood, or a lack of attention could ruin it. But through growth and self-reflection, they realized something deeper. When your worth depends on outside approval, you give away control of your happiness. That realization changed everything for them. Now, they don't post to feel seen. They live to feel whole. They take pride in achievements quietly, celebrate victories privately, and process emotions without broadcasting them. For example, while others might share every milestone online, a Sigma female may take herself out for dinner or spend time in solitude to acknowledge her progress. She doesn't need the crowd to witness it. Her awareness is enough. They understand that attention often comes with strings attached. It can create expectations, envy, or false admiration. So instead of chasing it, they let it go. What they choose instead is authenticity, the kind that doesn't require proof. To them, silence isn't a lack of recognition. It is a sign of maturity. It means they no longer measure their value through noise or numbers. They've learned that real strength comes from knowing your worth, even when no one is clapping. The Sigma female finds power in being at peace with herself, knowing that self-assurance built in silence lasts far longer than approval gained in public. Number 9. They see posting as emotional leakage. Sigma females view posting differently from most people. To them, constantly sharing every thought, mood, or feeling online is not self-expression. It is emotional leakage. They believe that when someone feels the urge to post every detail of their life, it often comes from restlessness inside. It is an attempt to feel seen, to fill a quiet space that feels uncomfortable. But the Sigma female has learned to sit with that silence instead of escaping it. She understands that emotions are powerful, and they deserve to be processed, not performed. When she feels pain, joy, anger, or confusion, she does not rush to post a quote or a selfie to express it. She lets herself feel it privately, reflect on it, and learn from it. Her emotional life is not a public show, it is a sacred conversation between her and herself. For example, when something hurts her deeply, she doesn't announce it through cryptic captions or long rants online. She might take a long walk, write in her journal, or disappear for a few days to regain her balance. That is her therapy. She doesn't need an audience to validate her feelings or to offer sympathy that often fades as quickly as it comes. Sigma females are emotionally intelligent enough to know that public attention doesn't heal emotional wounds. It only distracts from them. They value inner stability more than temporary comfort. They prefer to come back to the world stronger, centered, and clear-headed instead of showing up fragmented and seeking comfort through likes or comments. To them, real power lies in emotional control. While others leak their emotions through constant updates, the Sigma female channels hers into growth. She transforms pain into wisdom, not content. Her silence isn't cold, it is healing. She knows that the calmest people are not the ones who feel less. They are the ones who no longer need the world to witness every feeling they have. Number 10. They understand energy leaves digital traces. Sigma females move through life with a deep awareness of energy. They don't just see posting as something casual or harmless. To them, it's a form of energetic exchange. Every thought, emotion, and intention you put online carries a trace of your energy, and once it's out there, you can't fully control where it goes or how it's received. That's why Sigma females are intentional about what they share, when they share it, and how often they do. They believe that energy is like currency. The more you spend it carelessly, the less of it you have to build the life you actually want. So instead of scattering their focus across endless uploads and updates, they keep their energy contained, sacred, and selective. Their online silence isn't about fear or secrecy, it's about protecting what's precious. For example, when something good happens in their life, maybe they land a new job, find love, or achieve a personal goal, they don't rush to post about it. They savor the moment privately. They understand that sharing it too soon can invite unnecessary energy from others, envy, curiosity, projection, or even silent judgment. For them, peace always outweighs attention. Sigma females also know that the digital world has a strange way of holding on to things. Once something is shared, it stays somewhere, even if deleted. They don't want every piece of their emotional journey floating in a digital space where strangers can interpret it however they wish. They see their energy as sacred ground. It fuels their creativity, intuition, and emotional balance. By keeping it private, they keep it pure. The Sigma female knows that mystery preserves magic and silence protects strength. She understands that the less she exposes her inner world to public eyes, the more powerful and centered she remains. To her, containment is not limitation. It's mastery. In final words, not everything beautiful needs to be seen, and not every truth needs to be told. The psychology of Sigma females who don't post their photos on social media is not rooted in insecurity. It is rooted in self-awareness. These women have reached a level of understanding that few truly grasp. They see the digital world for what it is, a place where validation often disguises itself as connection, and exposure often comes at the cost of peace. Sigma females refuse to trade authenticity for attention. Their silence online is not emptiness, it is intentional living. They know that what is unseen cannot be misinterpreted, and what is private cannot be disturbed. They find strength in stillness, confidence in mystery, and clarity in solitude. While others constantly seek to prove themselves through visuals and updates, Sigma females prove themselves through growth that doesn't need to be displayed. To them, life is meant to be lived, not broadcast. They understand that the most powerful moments lose their magic when turned into content. They believe that peace is more valuable than popularity, and privacy is the ultimate luxury in a world addicted to exposure. A Sigma female knows that her worth isn't tied to how visible she is, but how grounded she remains. She trusts time, not trends. She chooses substance over show, and in doing so she stands out precisely because she doesn't try to. Her quiet presence speaks louder than constant posting ever could. In the end, her mystery is her magnetism, her privacy is her power, and her silence is her statement. A reminder that the most radiant souls don't need to be seen to be felt. Thank you for watching The Rare Gems, and God bless you.